I don't care.
Yo, what's up, man? This is Beat is the Rockstar, part super obvious.
I am Werds Illah of the Werds Illah Podcast.
That is him.
I'm your boy, C.M.P. Yeah, all that good stuff.
And all that good stuff.
Simple.
He's in the house, man.
Simple.
That's right.
So, what are we going to talk about today?
Today, we're going to talk about episode 2, season 5
episode 2
of Power. Power.
Got the power.
I'm saying it's a big, rich town. Now, does anybody want to take this? Anybody want to take
I feel like the way it started off, obviously it was a continuous from, episode 1. Mm-hmm. They're still trying to get Dre, and they're talking about how he's protected by
the
Jimenez and how they all got the cards and stuff like that.
Right.
And then from there, pretty much just a lot of build up and
right.
I don't know.
Right.
I think it was kind of.
That's what this episode kind of was about, right?
It was just a bit. I think it was kind of slow, but I guess it was good too. Because a lot of what shows sometimes they give you too much too soon.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, it's the build up. So it's like, because even though the way it ended, I was like, oh shit.
It's a lot still, of course, as it should be, revolving around Raina and her death. So you see a lot of Ghost and him trying to deal with it, and you see Tasha and her trying to deal with it, and especially that scene where they meet in the room, and basically Ghost is saying he hasn't been in the room since she passed, and Tasha's saying she can't find herself to leave the room.
Right.
So we see them battling with the mourning process. Basically, they're still grieving. They don't know how to deal with it yet. Ghost really doesn't know how to deal with it. He's just trying to keep his mind straight because he wants to be viewed in such a way. He wants people to look at him in a way that's not tarnished or evil or
he's trying, but he's trying to be what like most men. We don't want to see. We don't want nobody to see us cry and be upset. So that's basically what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But
so what I kind of think is that the season premiering last Sunday started off really good. And a lot of times the second episode from when a premiere happens, it's kind of hard to follow up. And then to agree with what you said, it's almost like, it's a build up. And a lot of times if they give us too much too quick, we won't really appreciate it as viewers. So what I think is going on is there's a lot of build up, seeds being planted that's going to make a payoff for us later.
Absolutely.
Like when things start clicking and we start realizing where they're going with it, everyone's going to be like, oh shit, I see what they're doing or hinting at or whatever. Yeah. That's what's going on.
The big surprise for me was how much I had forgot about all the things that Tommy has been doing that has been really fucking everybody up. He might have made that connection with the Italians, but then the fact that he went and put the hit on Dre and it was botched, it was failed.
They fucked it up.
And basically now everybody's, open game for the Jimenez and has basically let them know, like, we know what you did. And also when, who was it? The Serbians that pulled up on Dre and Kanan and them in the alleyway.
Wow, that was crazy.
They had no idea that was even going to happen. It was super unexpected. Then he's putting all of them in it now. Now not just Tommy's involved because they lost their shipment. Now Ghost and Kanan have been put inside of this situation.
That dude looks like he means business.
Oh,
he's not messing around at all.
Because Tommy was supposed to have been his guy. Because Ghost is out of the game. Ghost is only doing the things he's doing because of Raina and because of what Dre has created with Tariq. So I think he's only continuing for that sake. But, Tommy's in deep with a lot of stuff right now. He's done a lot of stuff quick and wasn't really sure. Same way I feel like what Dre has done. Dre is doing that. Very deep in a lot of stuff and hasn't quite understood all of what he's doing right now. He doesn't really get how deep it is that now he's in charge. He said it to a 2-bit, I'm in charge of this organization. Like, okay, yeah, but you see what you're involved with, man. The Jimenez are not like street hustlers. These are cartel members. These are bosses, drug kingpins, you know. So you can't just play with them the same way you play with people in the streets. You know, it's not the same game.
And Dre got bitch too.
You know,
he got straight bitch. I don't want to say too much, but if you haven't seen it, you'll see what I mean. He got bitched in the back.
We kind of technically haven't really spoiled anything yet.
He got bitched.
Sort of.
He got bitched. We gonna put it like that. He got bitched, but not in the sense of somebody putting their hands on him or somebody talking down to him. He got tested. He got tested and he failed. And he failed badly.
He failed.
Me, I'm like, all right, let's go. But you know,
no, but what you guys were saying earlier, what I think is happening, especially with Tommy and Dre, is it's like they're kind of losing control of stuff. It's almost like they're messing up and they're like kind of like reaching to try to fix a mess up, which could just mess shit up even more. Like they're not really, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to cover stuff up and it's fucking up, and they're trying to catch up and it's still fucking up, making it worse. Like things aren't really going smooth for these characters and the stuff that they're doing.
Not at all. Especially again with the looming death still of Raina, it's still very heavy, especially on Tasha. You know, Tasha wanted to go and have that grief session at the church, and she did. And right when she was about to start letting some of her emotions go, Ghost is like, no, we're not them. We're not like them. You know, these people, they have grief, but not the same kind of grief that we just have. There's too many things that are connected to us, especially with the lifestyle we live. We can't let this stuff go. So
how do you feel about that? Like when Ghost stopped her from talking to the group, like you think he should have did that, or just let her kind of talk, kind of like at the conference, and then kind of stop her if you feel like she's getting too
absolutely
into it?
I think that he's trying so hard to keep an image up that he's not quite thinking about the fact that he's very smart. She's very smart. I mean, they've been doing this stuff and been involved in this lifestyle for a very long time. So I think at this point they're very aware of, in a certain time when you're talking to certain people or whoever's around, you have to kind of judge what you can or can't say or how you should say things. And once you're in it, you just it clicks. It's just how it was with Tasha. She knew exactly what she needed to say to get out some of her emotions without saying exactly what was going on.
Yeah, but I think Ghost, the reason why he stopped her is because he knows that she's in such an emotional right now. So
right, like she might just let all.
Yeah, she might let everything out.
I feel.
You know what I'm saying? She might just let everything out, not meaning, but the fact that her feelings are so. She got a lot going on right now.
Ghost kind of had to take initiative and take charge on it. Yeah, like, hey, I know you might start saying too much, so I have to kind of stop. Even though it's going to piss you off, it could stop you from exposing too much. Yeah, and all those people are strangers; they don't know them.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
Ghost wants to be very. As he is, he's controlling. You know, he definitely has a control problem where he needs to be the one that's in charge of things at all times. And you've seen that struggle between, you see how it seems as if, like we've been saying, Kanan, Tommy, and him are cool, but they're really not. Because then, we saw in that scene where 50 pulls up to his peoples and is telling them, yeah, don't worry about it. We about to get with Tommy. I'm gonna get in good with their connect, and then we just gonna take over. Yep. So again, it's no honor amongst thieves. If you in this lifestyle, you got to understand that even though you think you're cool with somebody, the moment that there's an opening for them to try to take you out or take some of what you have, they'll do it. I mean, they've all done it to each other. I mean, look, Ghost tried to kill him. Ghost set him up to go to prison. You know what I'm saying?
And Tommy almost killed Ghost.
So I mean, look, they've all been through it. They've all been involved in these things where they're
pretty much all together just because of circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna do? Again, there's too many things that are implicated amongst everybody. Everybody's connected in some way. That, like I said, one domino falls and everything falls. It's like everybody's gonna end up being in a bad way. So, we've definitely seen Tariq didn't have much to say or wasn't really in this episode as much.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of screen time. He didn't have that much.
He was barely even in the episode. But even with what he was in, I could still see Tariq is still definitely hiding things, because when Tasha asked him, like, so do I know everything now? Is there anything else you need to tell me? He didn't say anything about the fact that he texted Dre, and let him know that the hit was coming, So, Tariq is definitely, and Kanan reminded Ghost of that in the car when they were sitting.
That boy's a gangster.
He's a gangster, man. I don't care, but he's cold-blooded.
No, wait. I think he went harder than you at your age.
Yeah, he did. He did say that.
Yeah.
He was like, that boy cold-blooded, man.
That's when Ghost was like, I don't want that life for him.
Yeah, but look, like you said, he's born into it. Yep. I mean, what are you going to do? Man, he's seeing it everywhere. There's only so long you can hide these types of things, and now there's so much going on. It's impossible for him to not be involved. I mean, you could send him off to school all you want, but that doesn't change anything.
He's going to go out. He's going to go out to that school and be a gangster at the school. He's going to run shit.
He'll start selling drugs on campus.
All right, so changing that subject a little bit, let's talk about Angie. Her storyline had a lot this episode. Like when she's in the office and talking to her colleagues and stuff. She had a lot of screen time, so I think we should kind of brush.
It looks like they've got evidence to start setting up the Jimenez. They've got the pictures of them coming out of the hotel, which they didn't expect to ever see. So they're starting to build something up, I think. And what was it that they caught? One of the Toros, I think, that was murdered, that they caught in. Not caught, but I mean, obviously came to the C.M.P. He was murdered, and they found all those keys of coke and guns and stuff at his place where he was at. Mm-hmm. So they're starting to put a lot of stuff together right now. But it's Angie is still like, she wants to be a good cop, but she can't, because like I said, like with everybody else, there's so many different things that if something is said, she's gonna be involved in it as well.
She's not gonna say it, but we all know she's still in love with Ghost.
Yeah.
She's still in love.
We definitely saw him call her 2 or 3 times during the episode.
They gonna link back up. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna link back up. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell that right now. He needs somebody to talk to. That's what he said.
Now, do we feel like there's anything else we want to touch on, or can we go straight to how we feel like the ending was for this?
I want to talk about Tommy a little bit.
Tommy, okay. Again, Tommy has definitely put himself in some bad situations. He hired those 2 Italians to do the hit on Dre, which ended up getting botched. And then both of those guys that were involved in that both ended up getting killed.
Dead.
Now, I was wondering, we all said, I think after watching, wondering like, okay, so you guys thought you were really going to leave this guy who got shot and is bleeding out in this warehouse by himself with some like rinky-dink bandages that he made himself and be like, yeah, we'll be back later and you'll be all right. We'll get the doc in here. Like, and they left for like hours. Mm-hmm. How the show progressed, it was like maybe a day or so went by or something. Then they come back. Like, you think this guy is really going to live? He just got shot.
What about Tommy getting decked in the face twice?
Oh God,
yo, he's a beast, bro.
I need
Tommy's
to get better.
A beast.
I'm with you too on like trying to get better with these names. But whoever that character is, that must be like super close with Teresi, his father, that basically saved him by holding on to that lie that he said that he handled the situation with the 2 people that killed those Italians.
Yep.
And
he said he would never lie for him. Yeah,
that man punched Tommy in the face twice hard. The first one he ate. Like,
Tommy's like, what? Tommy's like, the fuck?
Yeah. He got punched hard as hell in the face and acted
like
he just got pushed.
The second one, he kind of bent over and was like, okay, this is not a game. And basically, he's starting to realize, because even when he went to go see his father told him, was like, I heard you threw a party, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't invite the host, you know what I'm saying, himself. So
the next time, make sure you talk to him first.
You're going to have to go and talk to Vincent yourself face to face and tell him that you fucked up as a man, because that's just how it's going to have to go. So and then again with the Serbians when they pulled up on him in the alleyway. So I mean, he's got a lot that he's put out there that and then the situation with Lala, he sat down with her and had pancakes in the morning, right?
I eat her pancakes. I would eat her pancakes.
Hey, all right.
I'm talking about her pancakes.
Okay, great.
Pancakes in the show, man.
Yeah, pancakes.
I saw what you did there. That is so good.
I get it. Pancakes.
You know what I'm saying?
We saw what you did there, Kurt. That's good. That's good. Really good.
Anyways. So he's built up a lot of different things that he's going to have to start taking care of. Next episode, I think we're still leading into the direction of what is Tariq going, because Tariq didn't play much of a role in this, and apparently he's saying it, but it's all for show. That he's okay, yeah, I'll go to this go to this school, this private school, whatever. But there's something else brewing. There's something else brewing with him.
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna end up sending him. I think what's going to happen is when he's about to go, something's going to happen. He's going to tell his dad or something, look, hey, I know what you
predictions, potential spoilers, by the way.
I know what you do.
Right.
Show me the game. Point blank.
That could happen.
That could definitely be this part of the season happen. Right now.
And he could. I mean, he could go. He could go to the school and
I don't think he really. I don't think he really wants to.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. But I think right now he's fucked up in the head too.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find the easy way out. And him going to school is actually the easy way out. He don't have to deal with it no more because he feels like, which he knows is his fault.
But again, spoilers, not spoilers though, because there was a trailer that was put out that everybody had the chance to be able to see before the season even started. I said it before.
Yeah.
That scene where, like you said, he talks to his father, he talks to Ghost and says, "Ghost, teach me the game." Yeah. So that's coming up at some point. That has to happen in this season. So like, what is that about? Is this, like you said, does he end up deciding last minute he's not going to go to the school, or does he go to the school? And even at the school, he's still contacting Dre or something and telling him things or whatever. And then they find out about it. But somehow, whatever, that's how they find out. And when he comes home from school, Ghost approaches him about it and wants to talk to him. And he tells him, like, look, you need to stop doing what you're doing, and he's angry. And then Tariq is just like, you know what? No, Dad, you need to teach me what's going on. You need to teach me the game.
And that's when Ghost is going to get mad. Like, you don't want to do this.
He's going to have to kidnap his own son.
He's gonna have to take his son to the projects where he grew up at.
And I feel like Kanan has a kind of a connection with Tariq in a way where he feels like Ghost kind of stole his son from him, who he ended up killing early on in season 2. He killed his own son.
Yeah.
And now Tariq is young, and now he's able to be around Tariq at a young age. He feels like he wants to be around Tariq, and so like it's like a chance at like having a son again or something like that. Like, because we see it a lot of times, or not a lot of times, like a few times throughout the seasons we've seen where Kanan does have some feelings, that moment where what's her name? That kid was gonna kill Tariq. Mm-hmm. What's her name? The cop, the dirty cop,
Boosie, whatever her name is. His homegirl, his homegirl.
He made sure that he killed her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's his cousin. Damn. So, we've definitely seen that Kanan has a heart in a way, but it's just like it's a different kind of heart, I guess. I don't know.
And speaking of Kanan, for the last 2 episodes, that gun? Yo, that gun?
It's like
the gun.
It's like this big.
That gun?
It's like this big, man.
My man pulled up in the first.
Oh man.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's almost like your favorite part when you see.
That's probably why we've seen 50 Cent on Instagram going to the gym and working out so much.
And telling him
because he knew he was gonna have to pick up this damn cannon.
I think it's a 45.
It had to have been a 4.5.
I think it's a 4.5. I think chrome joint too. That's sweet
joint.
I'm gonna get me one. I'll probably blow my.
I'd be like, man, just to carry that thing, that shouldn't be too heavy. Just to carry.
I'm gonna get me one walking around. Yeah, it's like I'm playing.
Well, there's a few other things that we could touch on, but if you want to kind of get to the end of the episode,
I do want to get to how they ended it by. It was weird, but I guess again, it was a setup maybe for whatever to come. But just the fact that you see basically Ghost gets drunk and. After that grief session, during that grief session, there was a couple that were talking about their son was killed by a drunk driver, and they basically described the guy, what he looks like, and where he's usually at, and he tells him the guy says he follows him all the time. So Ghost ends up finding this guy at the liquor store, walking out drinking, get ready to get in his car, catches him in the alley, and does some vigilante Batman type stuff. And close quarters. That wasn't no Batman stuff. Batman.
He stabbed him about.
Batman didn't kill nobody.
He stabbed him a dozen times in like 5 or 6 seconds.
Oh my god!
He did some. He hit him with the jailhouse.
Jailhouse stab. Really quick.
I feel like it was his way of trying to release some of this energy, this grief that he has, this anger that he's
feeling. Since Angie wasn't answering the phone.
It's like since you answered the phone, I had to kill somebody.
God, it kind of does seem like that's what it was.
But if you notice, what it seems like what it was. I don't know if y'all noticed when he was at, when they was at the grieving thing, and they was talking, the couples. You see his emotion on his face change.
Yeah,
they did like a close up on him.
Yeah,
they did like a close up. It won't on top. It was on him.
Yeah, he was starting to connect with it.
And so I think, like I said, I think that was a way for him to, you know, relieve some of that anger and to get, you know what I'm saying, and to get somebody off the street that don't need to be on the street.
Yeah. Yo, do you think that Ghost might do something like that again?
Absolutely. Because again, that's what I said when we were watching it. I have to remind myself, like, man, this is Ghost. You know, he has a very violent side to him that is a lot of times subdued. Like we say, we see scenes where he'll get angry, and then as soon as he gets angry, he's like,
he'll like recompose himself, look around,
and he's calm. He's right back to the way
it's literally like an off switch. Like he'll get mad, and then it's completely.
Because I mean, look what he did. I mean, God rest his soul, man. God rest his soul, man. God rest his soul, man. Charlie Murphy, man. But what he did to Charlie Murphy in the last season, man, with that dumbbell weight.
Oh my God.
It was
that
like,
shit was
bro,
very graphic.
Whoa.
Very, very graphic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So we know he has a very, very, very violent temper. He can go to an extreme that you may not think he can go to. If you tick him off enough, he will go there. He will go to.
He's almost the kind of guy that's like, if you know him, if you've never seen him mad, you would just think he's just some really nicest guy in the world. But when he just gives you like a second and lets you know how crazy he can get, it'll just it's yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild, man. So definitely for this next episode coming up, episode 3, man. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Dre, I feel like is definitely in a power struggle right now. He's got his friends, so to speak, or people he's been in the streets with for a long time, not doing everything he said to do or doing too much, trying to gain some clout. And, you know, I don't know what is going to happen. And then he's got the Jimenez, you know, basically telling him to go fuck this girl, right now. That's what I was talking about when he got bitched. So that's what I was talking about. That's and before, exactly what he was talking about. It's like, it's a lot going on with Dre. Tommy, again, he's disrespected the Italians, and he's lucky enough that they're willing to, like, work with him and get it right. Ghost is now, like, in a blood, like, state. Like, he's seeking blood. Like, his brain is just set on, like, kill. You've got Kanan, who's still trying to work his angles and trying to get himself. Yeah, you got the lawyers working on things.
I'm interested in that part of the story too.
Absolutely, that's a big part.
And then that lawyer, you know, the guy's trying to get his
Proctor's trying to get his license back. Yeah,
yo, Skillz know everybody's name.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of characters.
A lot of names,
a lot of characters.
There's a lot of characters that are, and every single character that maybe wasn't associated with everybody before is now meeting each other. Like all the characters that maybe only knew certain people are now, they can't help it because of what's going on. Everybody's starting to kind of connect with people and see people. They didn't see the Jimenez most of the time, almost ever. Now they've got them on camera coming out of a hotel.
With some baby.
So now they're implicated. They can see them. They're here in the States. They know they're here. And they know that it's actually his sister. They don't know that it's his sister. But, you know, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot going on.
I know we talked about it. I don't know if we did it on a stream or if we just did it like, you know, like off camera. But let's go through like some predictions to like wrap this video up and what we think could happen in the story. If you want, I can go first. I got
go right ahead, man.
All right, so one of the ones I was talking about was I think that Ghost and Tommy are gonna find out that Tariq warned Dre about the hit. Yeah, that's gonna happen, and then they're gonna find some way to like maybe stop him from able to like do that. Maybe they'll take his phone. Maybe like I said, they'll kidnap him. Like for his own good, just so he's like out of the picture.
Right.
Or then the other one I said earlier was I think it's going to get to a point, especially with what you keep saying about Dre being too big-headed. I think eventually he's going to realize he's like out of his league and it's out of his control. And shit's going to get super real for him. And the only way he'll learn from it is death, because he's going to die. He's going to get killed. He's not going to get like hey, I'm sorry, I'll be a good guy again. Like it's going to be checkmate.
No slaps on the wrist.
He'll be like literally dead wrong when shit gets like to a certain point.
Can't gonna kill him with the 4.5.
That big ass gun. Big ass gun. Huge gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Ginormously huge gun.
I think a lot of them are involved in some stuff that they don't know yet.
See, I think, and this is like y'all, everybody's probably like, yo, no. I think Dre's gonna get set up by his homeboy.
Ooh. Good one.
I think he's gonna get set up by his homeboy. I think his homeboy what's his name?
2-Bit.
Yeah, 2-Bit is gonna reach out to either Ghost or Kanan or Tommy, one of them three, and he gonna set Dre up. Because after Dre, you know what I'm saying, spazzed on him, he was like, oh, so now because you got, you know what I'm saying, you got them backing you up, you feel like you the man now,
right?
And you know, and he said some other stuff, and he walked away. He went like that. Yeah, I think he's gonna get set up. I think he's gonna get set up by his homeboy because
whether it's gonna happen and fall, like whether it's gonna
I don't know
go
when,
all the way through, but I think he's definitely thinking about
I don't know if that setup is going to, you know what I'm saying? I know he's going to set him up. I don't know if
okay. Do we still think Dre will make it probably at least mid-season? Yes or no?
I still think, honestly, he's going to make it to the either the episode before the season finale or the season finale. I still believe that way.
All the way to the end.
Because it's just because the way that the storyline is going,
his role is really important.
Right. You know, he has a big
and like we were saying before, I think this season is going to be probably the longest season they've had so far. I just have a feeling like it's going to be, you know, maybe upwards of 15 episodes. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna stretch this season out a little bit more. So the development of the characters and the plot, what's going on, is going to take a lot longer than it may have before in previous seasons because they have a lot more leeway. They can stretch out some of the timelines and make things happen a little bit slower, so that way they can keep the episodes going. Which I think is they know they can get it. I mean, this show it's still it's probably the number one show on primetime TV. Yeah, I mean it's up there. It's got to be the top. Yeah. So
it's definitely put Stars back where it needed to be. I mean, especially with just the apps and everything.
I'll have to maybe during this week or something, or between the three of us at some point, I'll look through and have to find out like the analytics, the numbers on how much better it's been getting and where they're at now as of season 5.
So you want to look at like ratings and stuff like that,
right? To start looking so we can see because.
And it's this like the thing, the storylines. It's so many different storylines. We could be talking about this for hours and hours and hours,
But I think we've touched on all the good points. Yeah, I think we've touched on all the good points.
What I think is going to happen is that's the thing as a viewer is when we're like, hey, this episode was kind of like filler or like slow or wasn't as good as because being fair. As a viewer, it can't be up here the whole time. There has to be points where you build back
Absolutely,
up.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, basically, also like what you were saying is, I think in this season we're gonna have a lot of payoffs later.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right.
Where it's like, hey, this wasn't as good as last week, or hey, they kind of was like, but we're gonna have a lot of payoffs
because it leaves you on the edge of your seat to want to watch the next episode, to know somebody like a character like Dre, who everybody's been feeling like he should be gone already.
Everyone that talks about Dre is like, when is he going to die?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where all the debates are. Like, when is he going to die?
Exactly. So knowing that, it makes you want to keep watching because you're like, man, he's still alive? Man, he's supposed to be gone already, man. They're going to kill him this episode. You watch
man, he ain't died yet this week?
Yeah,
oh, exactly. Shit. Like, that's going to be the topic, man.
Right.
It's right. Everyone knows it's coming.
Ghost and Angie getting back together.
And
Tasha's going to get caught. Tasha's going to get caught with that lawyer by Proctor. And they're gonna be doing something, and he gonna bring that back. He gonna bring that up in court to get his license back. Watch.
Who knows, man?
Watch.
Definitely anything goes.
You gotta watch it if you ain't watched it yet.
You gotta watch it.
Anything goes, man. So you know what it is. I am again Werds Illah of the Werds Illah Podcast.
I am C.M.P, aka Roman84 on Instagram. Holla at me.
Beat is the rock star part is super obvious.
And I think that we're signing out, people. I appreciate, and we all appreciate here, anybody who wants to view us, comment, like, share.
Please do.
Follow us. Follow us on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feeling, man. We'll be doing this every week.
Get the strap.
Good shit.
I gotta pee now.
We could have did predictions for next episode.